What's up, man? How y'all doing, man? Welcome to Sixth Element of Hip Hop. We talk about hip hop and comics and pop culture and all that good stuff. I just got the hookup from my man Al Mega at Comic Crusaders. Big shout out to Comic Crusaders on YouTube, all over all social media. My man got the website, Al Mega. Comic Crusaders hooked me up with the real hookup, man. He gave me the comics on Monday that don't come out till Wednesday. So big shout to my man for that. And I just want to do a little couple reviews on some of the comics that I was able to get through this afternoon that will be coming out Wednesday. And the first one that I wanted to talk about. Well, first let me tell you, we're gonna do a rating system, and I want to do some kind of fun and interesting, something that kind of fits our program. So we're gonna do a five level classification system. All right, if the book is just amazing, you gotta get it. Like this is just the best thing in the world. We're gonna call that one super dope. All right. Now, if the book is dope, like if the book is nice, like it's real good, like there might be just something missing, but I'm talking about it's off the chain, like it's really on point. Like go get this one. We're gonna call that one hella dope. All right. Now, if it's just if the comic is just good, you might love it. I personally, it's just good to me. It was well done. It's a good comic. Nothing to run out and grab right now, but it's decent. We're gonna call that dope. All right. So then, if a book is just this is just not a great comic. Like this is just, it's not. It's garbage. It's not garbage, but it's just something I'm not with. We're gonna call that a whack. Now, if a book is just straight trash, why did they even print this? It's a waste of paper. Like I don't even know. I don't even call this a comic. Like this is just utter garbage. That's gonna be super whack. All right. So we got super dope, hella dope, whack, and super whack. All right. That's our little grade. Our first comic that I want to talk about just came out, so the storyline is just culminated to ready to have its own series, and the first one drops on Wednesday. It's called King in Black. Some of y'all might have been reading this one. If you're into Venom and the Symbiotes and you've been following that storyline, it's called King in Black, so you know about m.o.d.o.k, the king of the symbiotes. Donnie Cates is the writer. Ryan Stegman is the penciler, J.P. Mayer is the inker, Frank Martin is the color artist, V.C. Clayton Cowles is the letterer, and this is just a great book. I already added this to my pull list. Like, I read this book and immediately went to my comic store website and added this to my subscription, to my pull list. So I want this to hit my box every time a new issue comes out. I want that in my pull list. I'm reading this book. Beautiful art, like spectacular, like full page, double page, art panels, like just like whole page sceneries, and just phenomenal, art. Great character models, facial expressions, extremely expressive. Like I thought that was really interesting, like a real thing that stood out about it. The characters' facial expressions are really, expressive. They really hit the mark on that without looking super goofy, because sometimes cartoons they overdo the expression and it looks ridiculous, but they didn't go over that level, but it's definitely not like super realistic drawings either, but phenomenal art. Like you cannot give it up enough for this and I think it's Ryan Stegman. He's a beast. He drew them. J.P. Mayer is an inker. Don't forget the inkers, because they add depth. They add so much to the drawings, man, to the art. The penciler, he's drawing the basis of what you're looking at. For sure, he's the artist. But the inker comes in and he gives it depth. Like he gives it, 3D dimensions, and puts the shading in and the light source, and it really makes it come to life. And a lot of times they have a color artist or a colorist in this case Frank Martin, and you cannot front on the colorists, because like I said, they bring depth, they bring richness, they bring the drawings to life. So your inker and your colorist are just as important as your penciler. And the letterer. A lot of people just forget about the letterer, but when you try to figure out how to put all that stuff, you ever trying to make a comic when you was a kid and you try to fit all that stuff in the bubble, it's an art to that too, man. So big up to VC Clayton Cowles on that. Of course, the title character, the King in Black, is a villain that I think is gonna go down, man, for the ages, man. Like, dude is mega, like omega power level, right? Just a monster, just a real beast. Like, nobody's messing with this dude right now. Like, they type of character, like, ain't nobody figured it out. Like he's taking out major contenders. I ain't gonna give you the spoilers. That's one thing I can't do with these advanced copies. I cannot do spoilers. That's a big thing. So I can't really tell you a whole lot about the specifics. But trust me, you have all the characters, like all the Avengers are in here, the X-Men are up in here, like characters that you don't even think about, like that you forgot about, are up in here. Like, this is a Marvel event right here. So yeah, check out The King in Black, issue number 1, coming out Wednesday. Get that, it's dope. Very dramatic and well-written story, action-packed, with scary moments, funny moments, just everything, man. I really dug this comic. So all in all, we're gonna give this one a rating of super dope for sure. I loved it. King in Black number 1. Go get that. Next one I checked out I thought it would be fun. It's called m.o.d.o.k. number 1. Y'all probably know who m.o.d.o.k is. Mechanized organism designed only for killing. That's M.O.D.O.K. m.o.d.o.k. He's basically a big head with arms and legs. This is a big floating head with limbs. Real funky looking dude. Jordan Bloom and Patton Oswalt wrote this. Patton Oswalt, I read the name and I'm like, Patton Oswalt. Oh yeah, the comedian, stubby, short dude, Patton Oswalt. He's a pretty famous comedian. You probably heard of him. You'd know him if you saw him, if you don't know him by name. But that's pretty cool. I wasn't aware he was writing comics, but apparently he is, and decent job too. The artist is Scott Hepburn. Did his thing. This is a series starring, like I said, the classic Marvel villain m.o.d.o.k, which again stands for mechanized organism designed only for killing, right? And this is like a comedic take, if you, on the kind of the absurdity of the character himself. Like I said, he's a giant head with like floating around, like with arms and legs. Like, you can't take him real serious, you know what I mean? Like, he's not gonna be a Thanos, you know what I mean, or King in Black, right? But formidable. Dude is nice with the strategic. You know, he's a brilliant tactician, strategist. He can make like computer speed, like lightning speed calculations. So like while he's in the fight, like he's calculating 50 outcomes or 100 million outcomes or whatever it is. You know, that possible ways that he can. So he's definitely one that has given the Fantastic Four, I believe, some issues. I think the Avengers have gone ahead to head with him. But his characters, he's like self-loathing, but also a very narcissistic, insane grandiosity, like just like inflated, sense of himself. He has a big head. All right, I'm gonna stop with the head puns. But of course, like I say, he's super intelligent. He's a giant head. So, and then they kind of play it fast and loose here with, making him sort of a satire of himself. This is a kind of, like I said, it's a funny comic in a way. So, but it's pure action laced with the ironic and sarcastic humor, a lot of smart people jokes. But it's cool. Like I said, I can't give away nothing, but I would I would check it out if you're into funny comics. I'm typically not a fan of like funny comics. It's weird, you read comics and it's not about comedy. Like, I guess originally comics, of course, were comic strips and whatnot. But anyway, not gonna go into the history of comic books right now. But so anyway, I'm not really a funny comics guy, but this one was pretty cool. So we're gonna give this a rating of dope, right? Because I'm not like running out to add it to my pull list, but I would recommend it. And if you like funny comics, I would definitely recommend it. Check it out. They did their thing on that one. Okay. This one, I wanted to just try and do number ones, stuff that's coming out for the first time on Wednesday. But I was interested in this because it's called Savage Avengers. All right, written by Gary Duggan and artist Patch Searcher. So they've taken Conan, right? Conan the Barbarian, right? This guy from ancient Samaria, right? Back, way back in history, and they've brought him into the modern world and joined him up with some other team members and called it the Savage Avengers, because if you remember, Conan had this Savage Sword of Conan title, and so they kind of added the Savage, and it's a team that I've never read this team before this issue, but you've got Conan, Wolverine, Punisher, Juggernaut, Hailstrom, Magic, Black Widow, Elektra, Black Knight. So basically like all the hardest, baddest in one squad. So I wanted to check it out. But this is issue 15, so the story has been going on, a little while. But from just this issue, I can definitely tell that it's a good one. Again, I can't do any spoilers, but there's definitely some supernatural demon type bad guys here that they seem to be facing in this storyline. And of course you have your zealots as henchmen type deal. But I can recommend this comic without having read the first 14 issues in the series. I probably will go back and grab those just for my own, just to get up to par to see what's going on, because it was that interesting. And I'm gonna give this rating a hella dope, because it wasn't the best one I read today, but it's up there. So hella dope. Savage Avengers number 15. I read a few other new ones, but just in interest of keeping this short and sweet, I'm just gonna do the Marvel titles right now. I should get some DC titles tomorrow that are also coming out Wednesday, but they kind of wait to the last minute, make it kind of hard for us reviewers. I'm a reviewer now. The last one I read was Daredevil number 25. Now the reason I got this is because I'm like a mad Chip Zdarsky Daredevil run fan. Like, Chip Zdarsky has been writing Daredevil, and what he's done with it is just like, bro, look, he like took it to the street, man. It's like it's so raw, it's so gritty, it's so it's like some noir, you know what I mean? Like some noir detective, but also street, like current gutter, you know what I mean? Like, it's just phenomenal, bro. Like what they've been doing with this book, and I have every one of them. Like I went out and bought, not just from reading this one, I went out and bought all the books. I got all the Daredevil's Chip Zdarsky run. When I read like the first couple ones online, digital comics, and loved it so much, I went out and found all the issues. So I'm checking out issue 25 right now. That comes out Wednesday. So of course that's in my pull list as well. So that'll be at the store waiting on me. Go get this. Like, this one is on the super dope level. Like, we giving this one super dope. I'm giving super dope to all the Daredevils by Chip Zdarsky. It's Chip, and his last name is Zdarsky. Big Z, little D-A-R-S-K-Y. Zdarsky. Look for it, find it. It's the current run. It's what's going on right now in Daredevil, so check it out. Super dope. Again, I can't give you the real details, man, but it's up there with like Immortal Hulk. I'm not reviewing a new Immortal Hulk right now. I should look for that one. I don't know. I didn't see it. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're not dropping one Wednesday. But that's another title that is currently in the run, and you should check out. Like, if you're from my demographic, you're in your 40s maybe or late 30s, something like that, you're gonna dig this one, the Immortal Hulk, because they took it back to the origins of Hulk. It's like when Hulk was like a horror comic. It was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, you know what I mean? It was like a dude that, you know, tried to make a copy of the super soldier serum and it went wrong and turned him into this, you know, crazy monster like that was mindless, that he didn't have no memories when he was the Hulk, and he, you know, so it was like, it was a horror story. And with Immortal Hulk, Al Ewing, who writes it, brought it back to that horror, you know, genre that the Hulk was meant to be in. So this Hulk is not like this guy in the movies right now talking, you know, all, you know, smart, and it's not Banner but green. No, this dude's a monster, and he only turns at night. So it's like for real horror. Like Banner, if he gets hurt or killed, like he can get killed, like it's Immortal Hulk. So if they kill Banner, he gonna come back as the Hulk that night. Like you can't kill him type. You know what I mean? So there's like many Hulks. They call this one Devil Hulk, the one that he is at this time. So when he becomes the Hulk, he's Devil Hulk. Not gonna get into all that right now, but yeah, man. So check out these books. King in Black, #1, hella dope. M.o.d.o.k, #1, dope. Savage Avengers, #15, hella dope. And I'm sorry, I misspoke. King in Black, #1, super dope. Super dope. M.o.d.o.k, dope. Savage Avengers, #15, hella dope. And Daredevil, #25, super dope. So check those out. They will be in your store Wednesday, in your local shop. Maybe you get them online, however you get your comics, man. Check those out Wednesday. But that's the 6th element for this edition. Check me out on Full Blast Radio also Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Y'all know Eastern Standard Time. We do the live. Sometimes we interview people. Sometimes we just talk about, you know, what's going on in pop culture and comics and hip hop and all that. Yeah, that's it, man. We signing off. I will catch y'all next time and go read some comics, bro.